All right, good afternoon, good afternoon. I am Jim Arnold Rabon, and with me is Miss Adele Pais from the Adele's International Outreach Program right here in the country of Belize. And we want to say Miss Charla is not with us this afternoon. She is feeling a bit under the weather, so talking about the weather came down suddenly, and hence is the reason why we are a little bit late on the show today. All the same, the program is on the Stur every Tuesday right here from Print Belize Limited in the city of Belmopan and Open Learning Channel 17 and live on Facebook. Good afternoon, Miss Adele. Good afternoon. And you know, and I've known you for quite some years now, and you have been going out without stopping your focus, which is to internationalize your institution, and you're doing a good job at it because of the fact that you have so many things going, burning together at the same time, and that is good. Can you tell us how long have you been involved with the Adele's International Outreach Program?
Hi, Jim. Hi, Boots. It's so nice to see you guys. And this is my second visit here at Print Belize. And I appreciate the opportunity.
And the program the Stur.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
So Adele's International Outreach Program, I founded it in 2000.
Okay.
So it's 25 years. And I registered it finally in 2017. So during the time, I did the first programs I did was the Art of Charm in Belize City in Regent Street, and that was Adele's house, and I represented the initial founding of Adele's International Outreach Program. I had experience socially. My husband, my first husband, kidnapped my daughter, and I had to go in the States and kidnap her back.
Oh my!
And for 10 years, he would send professional kidnappers to kidnap her in Belize. So it was a very challenging thing, and the government helped me, Mr. Jan Gandhi, and he gave me a job in the government, and he protected me. My husband would pay kidnappers from the United States to come here. One of them were arrested, so that's all in record. And it was just 10 years of watching my back.
Okay.
And the whole situation was like very incredible. So it took so much out of me to stand and protect my daughter.
And where's your daughter now?
She's in Houston.
Okay.
She is 35 now.
Okay.
That happened when she was two and a half years old.
Okay.
So it was a big thing, and I saw how God would protect me and guide me, and so I promised God that I would make a difference, you know, if He would take me out of this situation. So when things got better, I during the whole transition of the kidnapping and everything, I had to have my daughter always with me. So both of us founded Adele's International.
All right. So that's how come it came to be. And what are the functions of Adele's International Outreach Program?
It started all representing single parents raising children on their own and grandparents raising children on their own.
Okay.
It was a company, it was an NGO from Pennsylvania that approached me and wanted me to represent. So I was helping them register their companies and everything. So they had invited me to be part of it, and then I had to do the screenings and the legwork. So I never knew Belize was so, you know, there was a big problem with single moms and the grandparents raising children on their own. So I went to different villages, you know, around the country, and I saw this big problem, you know. And it started all with the hurricane, because people had to immigrate and the parents would stay, was separated, and it was just a huge situation. And the magnitude of the problem, took me to where I had to touch every area of government. I went to the villages, there was no water, there was no infrastructure, And so because of my contacts with the government, with Mr. Mjangani, I would go to him and he would give me referrals, go see this person, go see this person. And so everything started like networking.
Yeah.
So I learned so much to connect and get help, So I did so much with the villages and quietly. Nobody knew what I was doing. And I didn't even know how to do it and where to go, So I was just guided and I learned so much. And then when I approached the organizations, they didn't do much. They were not ready for that kind of so much demand, And so I started helping, and then I decided, Mr. Gandhi said, well, you have done all the work, Adele, and you promised that you would do something, so why don't you do your own? So
okay,
that's how it started.
there you go.
And
no, yeah, right.
So then he gave me a template, of, I believe it was Women in Politics with Derla Bowman, She gave me a template, and then I took the template and I would design my own,
Okay.
So it took 9 months for me to finish it all,
All right.
And it was just an inspirational thing, and it became a community development project, because you had to hit everything, and the memorandums were so beautiful, and then I started working on it, and each case will open up, and it became what it is, So it's an umbrella organization where I represent community development projects and I implement programs accordingly to the need and desire. So most of the programs I have designed it with exposure of what the screenings would tell me and the lack of it, the loopholes that were not there. So I studied, and I would always love designing, clothing and all kinds of stuff. And then I was in food and beverage and hotel and marketing and all that. So I created the programs, and I learned so much from my brother. My brother had an NGO, the environmental, Green Reef, and I would support him in all his programs. And watching him, I learned so much too.
So you come with a wealth of experience.
Yes, very, very deep.
But for the record, to get the record straight, you are Belizean. Because you know, when people look at you on the screen, they might say, look at that American lady there, you know what I mean? But
I am Captain Rana.
but you are Belizean.
And I have Mayan in me, I have everything in me.
But 100% Belizean.
100%.
There you go. And in regards to, like while you were coming up now, I saw you have some gift items to give away. That's part of a program as well that you're doing. You're giving out and as well, and supporting the community.
Yes, I have a feeding program that I started, years ago, and I'm starting it here in Belmopan, and then I'm taking it to PG and Dangriga and San Pedro, and it's doing really good. And the community has helped, and international organizations too. And a lot of fundings are coming from the United States. My husband is there, and he's sending a lot of fundings, products,
Yeah.
so we can
So you give
sell
these.
in our consignment shops, and donate too, So it's good.
It's good. So you find the right people to give these to.
Yes, it's screenings, and they have to qualify. Like I have a product for kids in need, and that's exclusively for children in need. And then I have for the elderly, and I have for single parents, I have for grandparents raising children on their own, and orphans. And I categorize it,
Right.
So when I do the screenings, I separate, what is elderly, what is single moms, what is, so I apply an application to different organizations that can network with me.
Well, there you have it, folks. If you would like to contribute to this cause, because here is someone who does the screening herself to see who is the qualified people that really need these items that she gives out. Because too often we have heard of other people's giving out to people who don't really need it. And the people who don't really need it, they are the very same ones who are the first in line. Lord, man, left that for the people that really need it. And hence is the reason why we appreciate your type of commitment to the community and the country at large, because of the fact that we know for certain that whatever you are giving out there is getting to the right people, the people in need. You know, and that is quite something that other people can put into consideration and contribute to Miss Adele from her programs. And you have so many programs that you're working on.
I founded 3 projects, which is a shelter house. It's Angel's Rain Shelter House and community center. Angel's Rain.
Angel's Rain? R-E-I-G-N?
Yes, Rain, like R-E-I-G-N.
Angel's Rain Shelter House.
And the community center. And then I have the programs in fine arts, creativity, and careers. And then I did the San Pedro Founders Association. So the San Pedro Founders is in San Pedro. We have an office there. And in Belmopan, I have the shelter house and the community center. And then I have the fine arts. And the fine arts, we take it remotely, you know. Once we have a group of 12 people, we can do any programs anywhere in the country. So it's consultants and teachers that we hire, and they become, we design the programs together, and then the programs stay for the institute, and then we can take it all over remotely. And it's beautiful friends that I have met in the long walk, you know, of outreach internationally. Mexico, I went to school there. And I have contacts in Salvador, which I am going soon. And Guatemala, I represented some Lions Club when I was Lions Queen in Guatemala, and I always kept my relationships there. Okay. So most of my friends are retired, and they want to come to Belize to support what I'm doing.
So you was a queen too?
Yes.
Oh, you're still a queen, man?
Well, District 59 Lions Queen. Yes.
Here in Belize?
Here in Belize. For the whole country.
For the whole country. Yeah. And during that reign, not to go off track here, but during that reign, what were your...
Well, I went to represent Belize in Guatemala, which was a beautiful experience, you know. And I got beautiful friends there up to now. And it was just a welcoming and wonderful experience in Guatemala. It was the first time I was introduced to the two societies, you know, the poor and the rich, rich.
Right.
We didn't have that yet in Belize, like, you know, like years would come later on that I would be exposed to that. And San Pedro was completely different, you know, it was a small community and we worked together. There was no social, you know, poor or rich, you know. We all felt the same, you know, and it was beautiful in San Pedro at the time.
Well, the reason why I asked you what was your requirements while you were a queen, because right now we have so many people from Belize getting in the pageants, and they have opportunities where they can expose Belize. They do it to a certain extent, but a lot more could have been done while they held on to that title or the titles that has been bestowed upon them during the course of these pageants. And we need to encourage other people that get involved with these pageants. Whenever they go out there, their itinerary should be to promote the country first of all and foremost. So you did a wonderful job during your reign.
Yes, San Pedro was considered the best Lions club in the whole country. And
Okay.
we used to win all the pageants.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And we were very active in our community. You know, Lions did so much in health, in everything, in youth and the children and doctors, foreign doctors coming and lots of international help, you know. So from very little, I was exposed to a wonderful organization which I had the privilege to represent.
Right,
And
right.
when I went to Mexico, I joined the Lions there, and I did a lot of outreach there in Mexico. And it
Okay.
was a bigger organization there.
Right,
yes.
right, exactly.
So I maintain my good relationships with Lions, you know, up to now. My best mentor, which was Mr. Angel Nunez, you know, he was the one of the most beautiful people that contributed so much to Lions. And he was my teacher, and he was the principal of high school in San Pedro. So we did so much in education and everything. You know, we formed the San Pedro High School. You know, we all work out. The students contributed so much to build that school. You know.
Right, but none of these organizations, including Rotary and Lions and all of that, have any political persuasion, so to speak. It is all linked with people from the community
Well,
that guide themselves into doing what they're doing.
well, sadly, right now, the organizations are politically run. And
They are,
there's a lot of
they are
social-
politically inclined now.
Socially different. At the time in San Pedro, it wasn't. And that's why it was so beautiful, because it was mostly community building each other. And there was trust. And we all learned together. And we were working towards in one goal, to improve the island and to protect it. We lost that when the politics came in, and it was a lot of difference, you know. But when we were in a community, we did everything. We didn't expect the government to do anything for us. We built it. San Pedro was beautiful, and we wrote a book, the history of tourism in San Pedro, and my brother wrote it through Niche, and he was involved with the House of Culture, and I had the privilege to support him in so many projects and programs there, and it was just so beautiful. The history, it was just a paradise, you know, and the whole creation of San Pedro from being a fishing village, no,
Right.
for coconuts first, coconuts, Chick-fil-A, and then the
Chicle too?
yes, a lot of people went to work in coconuts was big, and then the fisheries, the fishing was huge. And my father, he had a sailboat at 14, and he loved it, and he went all over Honduras. Now I am living in PG2, and then I found I have family there, you know, like.
Okay, okay.
It's so beautiful, and then the places he did tell us from when we were kids, you know, I would experience it now, and it's very interesting. And so there is culture and history in San Pedro like in nowhere else, you know. And the book is available, and it's Vito Paz, you know, Guillermo Paz, he's my brother. I'm very proud of him.
And that book is the history of
Tourism in San Pedro.
the history of tourism in San
Because
Pedro.
the tourism industry started in San Pedro, so we were the founders of tourism. So my father, as a fisherman, he grew up in the island, and his family came from Valladolid, and he was Mexican, you know, like, you know, descendants from Mexican. My mother was mostly from the city,
Right.
and we had English and all kinds of the Mayan and everything. So I have even black in me, you know, like,
Okay.
you know, we are a mix of everything.
Mix up with.
So That's why Belize is so beautiful, because we are unique, you know.
That's
and
right.
We have
Exactly
a
so.
combination of everything.
Exactly so.
So that's the beauty. And so the whole thing about growing in San Pedro, being so loved by a community, it inspires me to do this, you know, to go to different communities and try to make it sustainable like we were taught, you know. I grew up like that. And then my father, as a fisherman, he didn't even have a high school um, diploma. I think he went to standard 6, that's it. And he went to fish. And then he became almost the first millionaire in the island, you know.
There
We
you go.
did hotels, Sunbreeze, MC Breeze first. And no, before that, you know, it was paletas, ice cream, grocery store, golf carts. We distributed everything. We had boats going from San Pedro to Belize City. You name the business, we had it all. You know?
Right.
And then we had this sea breeze, and then we did the sun breeze, and then we bought the Belizean, and then we did the Banile, and then we did the Grand Colony, and we did so many.
So there you have it, folks.
So,
And you know, you were talking about
yeah,
he did it all without all that
with the family,
with the family,
with a whole
but
family
without
structure.
a formal education.
Yes, and he
And here now, I just got
hard
word.
work.
I just got word in some days back. Well, yes, the beginning part of last week, and that someone had just recently graduated with a bachelor's degree, and they were filling out application to get a job, and the requirements on the application forms, as we know from way back then, it requires so many years experience. And here these people just graduated, man. Give them a chance. Why is it always so hard on these people? You know, they just graduated. Here you have somebody without that type of education, and he built himself up to a point where he started getting involved in all of these other businesses that what you have just spoken to about. And a person with a bachelor's, why is the sense that you go to school to earn your bachelor's degree, and then they will ask you for experience when you are new to it and you studied for it? These people have to change their mindset from that, because what they're doing is they're copying from one another what the criteria of these papers are all about, and what should be asked and what should be written down as pertaining to job description or job qualification. That should be something outdated and should be having a second thought about that for all you business savvy-minded people out there who want to hire these people who are qualified as it is but no experience. Give them a chance. Let's do that. And with that said, what we will do, Adele, we'll take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll chit-chat more about Adele's international outreach program right here in Belize. And we want to thank Toucan Industries for being a part of this program right here. Toucan Industries located right here in the city of Belmopan, where you can get your Bella Vida water, and all your juice, Cool Light, and all that. And they also do MoneyGram services located right here in the city of Belmopan and Forest Drive. And we want to give you highlights that you can get your $3.50 5-gallon water delivered straight to your homes or to your office spaces right here on Forest Drive. And we want to say VitaTox is the way to go when it comes to the cancer venom medication, the Blue Scorpion venom cancer medication that really works from Havana, Cuba, now available right here in the country of Belize. And you can call 610-1001 for further information. So we have went to the Agricultural and Trade Show. This was over the weekend right here, Saturday to be exact. And we had a wonderful time passing out the flyers pertaining to the show right here, that's the Stur. And we also talked to a lot of people, a lot of the companies out there, including Marie Sharp. We're waiting to get back in touch with them. as they had promised that they wanted to support the program right here, and we so like to appreciate their support for the program that is Stur. And if you know someone else who would like to be of support of this program, please feel free to call us and to contact the program in here at Print Belize Limited. And all they have to offer here is pure love. And we're located right here, number 1 Power Lane in the city of Belmopan. All right, but with that, we'll take a break and then we'll be right back.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Straight to the point, with no time to waste. Let's all unite, let's all speed up the pace. We can always do our part, assisting for betterment. Don't be selfish and be misled, 'cause the people is the government. Don't be selfish and be misled, 'cause the people is the government. Produce what we consume, consume what we produce. Export more and import less. Belize now heading for the best. Straight to the point, with no time to waste. Let us all unite, let's all speed up the pace. Agriculture is our future, alleviating poverty. You from the private sector, we all in on this together. So when you begin to bargain, won't you remember everybody here should always win. Don't be selfish and be misled, 'cause the people is the government. Producing what we consume, consuming what we produce. I want you to export more, my Belizeans. I want you to import less and make it the best. Straight to the point, with no time to waste. Let us all unite, let us speed up the pace. Belize is my story, Belize is my glory and my history. And every single step in my life I make, Belize wins a victory. Agriculture is our future, alleviating poverty. You from the private sector, we're all in this together. So when you begin to bargain, I want you remember everybody here should always win. Produce what we consume, Consume what we produce. Export more and import less. Belize now heading for the best. No say you hear it from me. You better go hear it for yourself. And you will know that the viral talk show that is Stur. Yeah. No say you hear it from me. You better go and hear it for yourself. And you will know that the viral talk show that is Stur. Our open learning channel, yes, you will know that is Stur.